I met a gypsy.
regardless of, oh man, he's he's a crash this, what, like that's her person,
Yeah.
and she watches that and then watches what happens in the one where I hit the bridge and then stays in the hotel with me for the next 3 days and then she's gonna go watch me go race again and not show me any she can't be
Fear or
scared. Yeah,
doubt.
she
Yeah,
can't have
yeah.
the option to be scared, and so that's a big role, and it's cool to see the way she's able to handle it. Like it's I enjoy doing life with her. It's fun.
How'd she handle Detroit?
Oh, actually, that probably better than me. So she didn't even know what happened in Detroit.
Really?
No. And
Was she
then-
there? She would have been there.
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah.
But it's like hallway parking kind of in between the buildings.
Yeah.
And I was like devastated. Not because I could care less really about that. Whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Every man's got one. We don't know what they look like. Whatever.
Yeah.
Clearly, because I got up and kept racing.
Yeah.
But I was bummed because it's the first race.
Yeah.
I'm out of the championship. I'm out of it, right? In your mind, at that point, I got 15th. I was just like, everything I worked for, and I was already with my shoulder, whatever. I'm like, man, honestly, that was like kind of the starting of my decision to be like, hey, what's the next best thing I can do? So I'm like, I'm not gonna go back and just have a frown on my face and like just be a massive bummer. So when I was pulling up to the truck with my mechanic, I stood up. Because she was standing outside the truck. I just stood up, and she just died laughing. Like, what happened?
No way.
Oh my gosh, she still to this day, it's the funniest thing to her, and she just thought it was. She clowned it. She laughed about it. We died laughing at the pictures that our photographer friend started sending us when we got back to the hotel that night. And after probably 3 or 4 days, I was like, okay, I've had enough of it with what I've seen on not what I've seen on social, but like I could only post so many pictures in the same
the same
comment.
comments. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sackadoo. And it's just like, okay, like you guys you're a grown man, like you guys are wearing this out. It's funny. And I went on and made fun of myself Saturday morning or Sunday morning.
You did
No
the right
option.
thing. You did the right thing.
So I'm like, okay, we're really wearing this out, like onto the next, and it just never was on to the next. And I'm just like, I've had enough of it. And she's like, this is funny and this is awesome. And so like she's just good at like handling that type of stuff. And she's that was that was funny. Yeah.
It was a pretty gnarly moment in the sport. Like, I mean, we spoke about it after the press conference. I wish I actually pressed you a bit in the press conference about it. They don't give us enough questions.
Totally.
Like, we need to be able to just talk a bit, but anyway, different topic. But yeah, you said, because like TMZ hit you up, like who hit you up through that?
TMZ reached out and they had already made an article on it.
Yeah.
And so they wanted me to speak on it. And I pretty much told them that the only way I wanted to speak on it was because it was at the time where I'm like, I've had enough of it being like a joke.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of was like, I'll talk about it, but let's make this article into something to where it's like, look what Supercross racers are willing to do. Like they're so tough and they'll do whatever they can and what this means to them and like help us grow our sport, if we're gonna go on and then it never turned into much of anything. I had some companies reach out to me like to do partnerships, Manscaped and Barstool posted about it.
Yeah.
It got kind of big and I didn't really want to advertise it because it's not my brand. It's not really I didn't want.
But I think the way that you spun it, like until you said that to me, I was like, fuck, this actually was like a golden opportunity.
Totally.
But it would have been at like your expense in a certain way. But
but I just don't want. My thing is, I didn't want to lean into it so far to where like mom and dad with a 7 and 9 year old kid don't want to bring their kid to my truck to be a, you know what I mean? Because it's like that's that guy.
That's that pervert.
That branded themselves on it. Which, but I actually I did an Ethica collab, which is going to be coming out. Probably, I think we're going to drop it next week.
Yeah.
On my website. So I made some underwear with. It's going to be all. It has just mixed nuts. The whole thing is like a container of mixed nuts.
Yeah.
Super vague. It's fun. You know what I mean? Something cool and it lines up with their branding and the way they kind of make some of their underwear and stuff like that. So that and you gotta make light of it. You know,
Yeah.
it happened.
Yeah.
I certainly can't hide from that. So
But it was the way that you framed it. I actually wish that you did get to like fully speak on it because
yeah,
you're so right. Like in any other sport, if that happens to Tom Brady, what are they doing? He's going in and he's going to get his pants changed.
yeah.
He's not
He's
spending
got that opportunity.
He's not spending 15 minutes
Yeah.
playing on the field
Yeah.
with his junk out.
But I also do believe, because I almost disagree with everyone. It's like, oh, if that happened to such and such, he wouldn't have done that. And I'm like, I'm not so much different. You know, if Tom Brady's sport required him to stay out
on
there,
the field, he would
he's
have
not
done
going
it.
back.
Yeah.
Or like a lot of maybe the top guys, I don't know. I'm just gonna say RC. RC probably would say, "Oh yeah, dude, no, I would have never gone out there." Or anyone at the top level of our sport would say that. Put any of them in that position. The reason that they're at the very highest level of what we do
It's because they
it
would have
doesn't
done
matter.
it. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They're gonna do what it takes.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that would have done that. I was put in the position. I've been put in some wild positions, obviously, but yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to, like, goes to show, like, we will do it and we will do what we can every time. So that was.
It would have earned
wild.
you massive street cred with Mitch.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Dirt Shark Ash did like a thing in one of the next couple weekends where he like said something about it, and yeah, Mitch was like, "Yeah, I mean, I want him to ride balls out all the time." You know what I mean? Like, and that's I mean, I've shown Mitch, and that's something I think he respects from me, is that he knows when he has me as a racer and he's hired me that no matter what, no question, I'm gonna try my very hardest every time, and I will never quit. Like, and I think that goes a long way with that guy.
Yeah.
He respects it a lot, and that's why I respect him a lot too, is because that's the way he is. That's why he's created such a great company. He's a great businessman. Arguably the best Lights 250 team.
Well, yeah, for sure.
The best Lights Supercross team, racing team ever.
Yeah.
And yeah, that doesn't come from being someone that pushes over or.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, gypsytales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.